I wanted to start a podcast, and there was no other platform that I would consider to do it on except Anchor, because it is free. It has the creation tools to let you record right on your phone or from your computer, if that's what you're about. It'll also distribute your podcast to Spotify, Apple, Pocket Cast, and so many more. Also, you can make money straight from your podcast with no minimum listenerships. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. It's amazing. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started, because the Mankind Podcast will only be recorded on Anchor.
Claim you want to battle with champ, I'm never losing. Somebody come and get they child, cause I'll abuse them. Yo, it's Mastermind, you're now tuning in with the Mankind Podcast. Shout out to Weather, shout out to Mankind, shout out to y'all for rocking with it.
Hip hop and it don't stop in the old Pueblo. You are listening to the Mankind Podcast. My name is Mankind. What's really good, Tucson, Arizona? How y'all feeling out there? I'm doing amazing because we are now available. The Mankind Podcast is now available on all platforms. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Anchor, wherever quality podcasts are available. The Mankind Podcast is searchable now. So I'm very excited to let you guys know about that. Also, the blog is coming. The blog is coming. The first issue will be coming out with our newsletter this week, and it is about Mastermind. He is a rapper out of Phoenix. He just got done performing at the Tucson Hip Hop Unity Barbecue, as well as doing a couple of battles in the Battleborn MCs League down here in Tucson. And he's also got another battle coming up in Phoenix. But you know what? I have Lil Guera coming in here to tell you all about him.
One shot, nigga tried to run to the trunk. 2 shots, but this one left through the front. 3 shots, nigga looks like he trying to crump.
So I first linked with Mastermind on Instagram at the beginning of the year, just a few months before 20 Pounds dissolved, which I believe was in April. And this really kickstarted their solo careers. Pariah Pete was initially my contact in 20 Pounds, actually, because we were discussing an interview or some coverage. But the evolution of this friendship and this connection put me in the position to offer some feedback and some support to Pete and Mastermind in the initial months of their solo careers. Though they were established as solo artists on some level already. But for lack of a better term, I would say that at this time, Mastermind was the underdog. Jalopy Bungus had a lot of buzz, as his album Samson was just released, which was a hit, and even got some national recognition. And Pariah Pete was right behind him with Mercury. Pete also sold out a album release show, which was epic. But as I spoke to other AZ hip-hop influencers, I realized that Mastermind had not had as much recognition as the other members. However, for me, when I first heard 20 Pounds, he was the voice that really stood out to me and left me wanting to hear more and wanting to research more. There's just something about the rawness of his voice and the realness of his lyrics that caught my attention in a big way and has not been deterred since. Mastermind has the classic flow of an old school freestyler or battle rapper. He fills his bars effortlessly from front to back every single time, which is really special. At only 19 years old, too, the style of his music feels very timeless. The energy he brings to live performances is unmatched as well. You can just hear it in his voice. When he released his solo album, This Fight Called Life, I found myself listening to it cover to cover and then going back and revisiting old 20 Pound songs. Not only is Mastermind a talented recording artist, he also has a passion for battle rap that I don't often see in Arizona. I'm still trying to learn more about battle rap myself, but needless to say, I was eager to share Mastermind with my new battle rap connects in Tucson, especially the homegirl grapey grape, shout out grapes. But without any expectations, Battleborn MCs, which was based in Tucson, quickly put him on his first ever league battle against a battler called Rhyme Fluid. He was almost immediately offered his second battle by Battleborn MCs after his passionate performance in a 2-1 win. So his next matchup was against, quote, veteran battle rapper Los Temps, who lives in New York City but has battle rap connections in AZ. This was Mastermind's opportunity to really shine in battle rap. He was actually predicted to lose miserably by almost everybody who had an opinion on the matter, but me and the ones closest to him saw the hard work he was putting into his rounds and knew he was going to deliver. And it's fair to say that he did not disappoint. The energy of the crowd during his battle was insane. His bars literally shook the whole room multiple times, including the veterans. And the people in the room who doubted Mastermind the most were hyping him up, the most during and after his battle. I'm not sure if the final score of the battle has been released, but it's safe to say that it was a 3-0 for a lot of the people present. Like I said, I'm still a rookie in the battle rap world. I'm definitely eager to learn more, but I know that I'm not the only one watching Mastermind and dying to hear more from him. He continues to prove himself in all avenues of AZ hip-hop, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for him. You can see Mastermind's battle with Rhyme Fluid on the Battleborn MC's YouTube page right now. You can also find his very first non-league battle against Capo Bravado on YouTube. Don't forget the $sign when you search for it. His battle with Los Temps is set to be released within the next couple weeks. We'll post a link for that. He also has a 2x2 battle coming up on October 30th in Phoenix, where him and Jalopy Bungus are facing off against Tucson rappers Benny Loke and Nate Villains. He also has his third matchup with Battleborn MCs coming up against a battler called LT. The date and the location of that will be announced. But big shout out to Lex, Battleborn MCs, and all the people in Arizona who are actively supporting local talents, especially the rookies.
And don't forget to follow him at Mind of the Master on Instagram. Thank you so much, Lil Guera. That was a fantastic article once again. And don't forget that will be our first blog post coming out this week. Don't forget that Tucson Hip Hop Festival applications are absolutely still open for the month of October. They close October 31st at midnight, though, so don't sleep and get it done. Speaking of the Tucson Hip Hop Festival, though, our co-director and founder, the honorable and amazing Jocelyn Valencia, was on one of our favorite podcasts, Happy Greg and Selves Talking. The Selves Talking podcast is just a fantastic, it's part of the Ojala collective. Well, I don't know if that's official or not, but they are often found together in the wild. I'll say that. Speaking of Ojala, we have for you an amazing treat. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio today, we have Sadgalnina coming up. We have an interview with her. She just got done putting out her lashes. She has a new line of lashes. And they did the Hoko Fest. I think this interview was recorded a little bit before they did the Hoko Fest, but don't worry about that. It's still jam-packed full of fun information, and we had a blast doing it. So we're gonna kick into that. Let's kick into Sadgalnina, y'all.
I started making music when I was 14. I started writing at like 13. I got into like poetry, and then I just started writing. I started rapping first because I don't know, I just had a lot of aggression like growing up, so that's like the only way that I could express myself. Right. And then I didn't realize I could like hold melodies or like sing up until maybe like 15.
Really?
So I was just like figuring it out, like finding instrumentals online and then just like writing to them for fun. I started releasing music at 14 too, and wow. I deleted a lot of songs, and I wish I didn't. But
who were you working with at that time?
myself.
Just by yourself?
Yeah, I figured out how to do all this by myself, like watching tutorials.
Self-made.
And like I used to record on a, what is it, Guitar Hero mic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the USB one.
Yes, definitely.
So punk rock, that really is.
Well, salute right there.
Yeah, so that's how I started, and then I figured out, because I got a Mac, so I figured out how to like use GarageBand and like kind of record myself. And then I didn't like even know anything about like engineering, like mastering, like that's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing until people were like, yo, you're so dope, but like your engineer sucks ass. And I was like, it's probably because I don't have one.
Like, yeah, you're just like, yeah, you did it for free.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he sucks. I'm like, you're fired.
It's my little cousin.
Yeah,
He's hooking me up.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I feel like everybody thought I was like always older. Like I'm 21 now, and people think I'm like 26.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I just turned 21.
You definitely have an old soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You seem grounded as hell.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you're like, I started at 14, I'm like, yeah, way back then, huh? Oh, shit. So do you consider yourself more of a singer, a rapper, what do you enjoy more?
To be honest, I just go by artist. I feel like really...
Yeah, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, uncomfortable when, I don't know, because some people are like, yeah, like she's a rapper, but I feel like I identify as that. And then as a singer too, I don't feel like I identify as that either. I just do what I feel like, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's just, however, I'm like super moody, so sometimes I'll just like start rapping because I'm like upset and I'm like, fuck this bitch, and like start rapping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or I'm like
That's
super like
up.
soulful and I'm like, oh, mi corazón, it hurts.
Right.
So yeah.
You're a complete person. You experience the human experience, I like to call it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think Sadgalnina fits. I think that's a great, a way to kind of hold yourself in a great lane to be in, honestly.
Yeah. Don't put limits on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Where do you get your inspiration from when you're, obviously emotions, but like, is it real? What do you write about? You mainly write about real life? Experience. As a younger person, I would imagine a lot of it goes into relationships, right? Relationships with people. So is that where you got, where's your focus though?
I would say like a lot of my earlier stuff was about like life. Like I had a rougher upbringing. I feel like everybody does, like rough patches, some worse than others, but still like everybody's shit is valid. But so it started with like just life and then like the emotions, and then fell into like relationships with people or substances or anything like that I just talk about. I get inspired with like going through the motions of life. So I want to grow with my music. So I just talk about like what's relevant. So
the reason I was asking that because trying to roll your blunts for life. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that kind of it's the type of music that's like, okay, I can relate to this. You know what I mean? Most people are going to be able to listen to that whole record and be like, this is very, very relatable.
Yeah.
I almost can see, and it's whether I don't know. Since I'm an artist too, I know we're painting pictures, and I don't know how much of this is true. I don't know how much of this is your actual story. So that's why I like to talk to people and kind of get a sense of where they come from when they go into their art. I like art that's painful, that comes from pain. I don't think a lot of people do. You know what I mean? It's like, so when people are going through shit, oh yeah, I want to hear that song. So Sadgalnina, y'all want to hear your whole catalog, yo. I'm like, I want to hear your Sadgalnina shit. I want to hear all that joints.
Sadgalnina,
so what? You just dropped an album.
It's EP, yeah.
EP. What's the title of it?
With Love, Sadgal.
With Love, Sadgal. And then Milkweed obviously helps you out with some of that. Shout out to Milkweed. Yeah. Oh man, and I don't know if we have already mentioned him today, but man, that is an excellent. When you're talking about a collective and when all the branches are just kind of really strong.
So strong. Yeah.
Even in it's like, and they can reach out individually, and just like you're sitting here talking to you, it's like. Yeah, they're supporting you, but this is all you. You know what I mean? And you're killing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like same thing with Milkweed. He comes out and so when you guys end up collaborating within, man, I think it's just so provincial and so profound because I'm just I'm attracted to it. You know what I mean? It's like, and I feel like a lot of people are attracted to it. Who actually is Ojala?
Ojala, I don't know. I feel like we were all somebody before we became like everybody, and so everybody just kind of came together. I just say that we're all individuals dabbling in like the art world, but we came together as a collective. I feel like we move very strong as a unit. I mean, you're always gonna move super strong by yourself, and everybody says that to each other, like, you know, we're gonna go places even if it was by ourselves, but it's gonna be faster together.
Absolutely.
Just moving as a unit, especially because there's like so many of us that dabble in like
it's like
everything.
It's super special to connect with that many people on that level. That's just
it's turning into
impressive
a Wu-Tang-esque kind of phenomenon.
We get that a lot. People be like, y'all like the Mexican Wu-Tang.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And holy shit, like what? You know what I mean? That's a big huge. I mean, who are we talking to? We've talked. So I'm always surprised when I talk to rappers and I ask them, who's your favorite rapper?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Who's your favorite rapper?
There's like so many. I would. This is like the
top few.
Yeah.
Right now.
Just top few.
Local right now.
Yeah.
Local?
No, not local right now.
Well, I was going to ask her local and then her.
She didn't change the
her
entire
nationwide.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the whole group. Because honestly,
who's your top 50? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Can I get a 50, top 50?
I need your top 50. I need your fake top 50. I need your top 50 beat makers. I need your top 50 local beat makers.
No.
Like, yeah.
I'm all overwhelmed.
No, basically what I'm trying to say is, Rick Tensai asked him who his favorite rapper is. He said Method Man. I was like, holy shit, Method Man? Dude, I asked before that, Jamal Ari, I asked him, he was like, Nas is my favorite all-time rapper. And I'm like, what?
I would say...
I was like, these are guys that are from Arizona, Southwest, and their favorite rappers are Method Man and Nas.
That makes sense. I mean, like, obviously, like, Tupac has always been my favorite because he was the first person I had ever heard. Like, I remember being the first, like rap hip hop realm song I had ever heard was Ballad of a Dead Soldier by Tupac.
Okay.
So like that's the type of stuff that I was brought on, and then like Bone Thugs and Harmony and, and stuff like that.
Get the money, man.
Yeah. So
and they were big down here, you know what I mean? They were down here all the time.
I like heard them through my brothers, you know what I mean? And so that's how I even got into all that. My favorite rapper, I don't even like to put favorite. I just listen to whatever feels cool. I guess I've been pretty into like Freddie Gibbs' new album.
Oh yeah, Bandanas.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, that's really
Superior. I'm loving that too, honestly.
Yeah,
it's got a great vibe.
I listen to like, I hate to sound so like biased, but like, I mean, obviously these feels like I'm with them for a reason, you know?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, because I feel like before I had even like linked up with them, and they all know it too, like I was like dodging them hella, like because everybody would like, I don't know, as a woman, like fools come at you really sus.
Yes.
So like
especially in hip hop.
Hell yeah. So I closed myself off because I can't tell you how many times like fools would be like, yo, like I'll help you record, and then like I would come through and it's just like, you want to like smoke? I'm like, no, I don't. You know what I mean?
No. Well, yeah, but can we like fucking A's, motherfucker? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's part of it, right? If the shit, you got the blunt rolled already, right? I'm set up to go. Put me in the fucking booth. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm like, I came here to work.
Yeah, man, I hate that. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Is I'm here to work and y'all want to sit around and talk and just
that gets like really annoying. It's always been like that with people. Yeah, I mean with them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
With them, they like, I remember we have times like, cause we're all homies, but we have like set rehearsals where it's like, yo, we're not fucking around. Like we're doing rehearsals for this, or like, and then we could kick it after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're pretty focused, which is really, really helpful.
You guys are so focused, and you guys are so great at doing your own thing. And this is a testament to that. You guys are getting ready to do the Hoko Fest.
Yeah.
What's the date on that? Do you know the date on that offhand? Anybody? September 1st? August. Okay, so that's coming up. That's like 2 weeks away, right? A couple weeks. I don't know what the date is. That's
I'm like, I don't know where.
So Hoko Fest. I've seen it on several different flyers, individually and in the collective, right?
Yeah, we're on a billboard. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
What?
Yeah, our name's on a billboard. Where is it at? Yeah, where is that at? I don't know.
Do you guys have a picture?
Oh shit!
It's a Hoko Fest billboard. But our name's on it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
So cool.
Chills. I've got chills. You're on a billboard?
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck we being humble? I'm like, we on a billboard,
yeah,
bitch.
why the fuck would you be
kind of mad you guys
Literally,
kept this
everybody
from me.
was like,
what? How
like,
could you not tell me?
The Twitter for Ojala was like, we on a billboard, blessed, big ups. And then I'm posting, I'm like, we on a billboard, bitch.
Oh my God.
Bitch.
See, and you know what? That brings up another good point. You guys are heavy on Twitter. I think all of you guys are pretty heavy on Twitter.
I tweet the dumbest shit.
Is that your favorite social media platform? Is it the one you use the most?
It's my favorite because, well, I don't know. Somebody had kind of told me, he was interviewing me the other day. He's like, I feel like you're so different on Twitter. I was like, okay, well, first of all, you don't really like know me like that. I'm like, you don't know me. But just because I tweet, I don't know. I should probably be careful like with what I tweet. Because like I just tweet some dumb shit sometimes. So I'm just like, I should probably not.
Well, I mean,
it's part of
I should probably say something meaningful, like something. But
you just gotta do both of those
sometimes,
things.
like,
I'm good balance.
Yeah, exactly. But I like Instagram the most. Like, I'm
me
super
too.
visual, so I like to see like everybody's pictures, like what they're doing.
Whenever I text, whenever I write, it comes off dickish. Just my tone. Whenever I write anything to anybody, they're like, "Are you pissed at me?" I'm like, "No. What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, you wrote, 'Are you coming over?'" I'm like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "Are you coming over?"
There's a loud voice.
What the hell? If anybody else wrote, "Are you coming over?" you wouldn't be like, "What's up, dude? You pissed?" Like, no. What? So I don't know what it is about me. So Twitter and me are like, I tend to rant. So it's like,
I used to rant on Snapchat a lot. Like people would, they think it was the funniest because I just talk a lot of shit on Snapchat. I stopped doing it because I was like, oh, there's a lot of energy that I'm putting out there.
Right.
But Twitter's like, I don't know. Like I had tweeted something like there was one tweet that like went viral, and it was like, I was like, what the fuck's happening? It was something about like life's too short to fake your orgasms, baby girl.
Hey.
Like, and that shit like got hella numbers.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, how come y'all didn't like have the same energy when I dropped my song last week? Like,
right?
Like, yeah.
Straight up, man. I mean, the way you guys move though is just amazing. And Katie has been so instrumental in trying to help us really tap into the female energy and trying to keep that in our because we're overlooked. You would not believe how many motherfuckers hit us up to come do this shit.
Oh, really?
And we're like, why the fuck do you even want to do this?
No, we're like, we're not really that
What the hell are we even going to talk about?
Like,
honestly? What are we going to talk about?
Not that cool.
And it's like, well, it's not even that. Yo, maybe they're fucking amazing. Yeah. It doesn't matter if we don't got nothing to talk about. Like, we want to sit down and we want to talk about, we want to talk to an artist about their art. And so if you just want to talk to us, if you just want to sit down and have a conversation with us, like, man, let's just do that. Yeah. Like, let's go to the bar and do that. Like, you know what I mean? We don't have to sit here and just like, well, you know what? And then there's two sides of that because obviously I overtalk and overtalk.
Well, and there's just a million people we're dying to talk to too. There's also that side of it. Or I'm always just doing the
human connection.
I could book for 2 years if I. Like that's how many people we have that.
That's tight.
Yeah.
She is crazy right now. But that's okay. Because it's probably close to that number. But maybe more like 8 or 10, actually.
Exactly. I mean, if you want me to do it,
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Accepted.
We're going to kill. Okay, so... I'm high, honestly. I'm just going to be straight up. I've lost my train of thought. Benny Loke's over here cracking up. I'm not even sure why he's laughing so hard, but it's making me laugh. I'm like, no. I'm like, have I smoked too much? How was it making the EP? With Love?
With
Sad
Love,
Girl?
Sad Gal.
How was it making that record?
It was very... overwhelming.
Really?
Just because it was like a bunch of songs that I had put, like Trying to Roll Your Blunts for Life is like a year old.
Really?
We've been performing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And like it's the first song that Spiritual and I hopped on, right? Yeah, the first one. Like so, yeah, it was around the same time. But that was like that was a year old, so like in a year so much obviously changes. So it was like a bunch of like highs and lows. And I feel like you can if you listen to the EP like all the way through, you can see that. It's just a lot of highs and lows. Like
you can hear the evolution.
Yeah, and so I mean, some of them were like at different times. Like I think the most recent one I did was the song called Rose Quartz. I wrote that like maybe like 2 weeks before the drop. Yeah. So
why do I love that title so much?
That's tight.
I'm like, that's dope as fuck. Rose Quartz.
Yeah.
Oh, you just upgraded the new Samsung Galaxy color for their next fucking phone right there. Like fuck that rose gold shit. You need rose quartz
I'm
now.
I'm into that. I like the stones because I had the last song I had dropped was Black Onyx. If you've heard that.
Oh, okay, I like that theme.
Yeah, Black Onyx, and then I was like, I want it to start with Blue Sapphire, and Blue Sapphire is like a year old too. It's just stuff that I never dropped, and then I got really like kind of like, I'll be real, like I got discouraged because I wanted to put everything on Apple Music, but I don't own like the beats and stuff, and like I was trying to like work out prices and it just wasn't happening. So I was like, I'm gonna just make it free and then stick to producers that I know and that actually want to.
That's what what I always say to that: remix, like, remix that bitch up real quick.
Yeah,
have somebody double the beat up, do that, but just a back spin on that. We mixtape, clue shit, chop and screw it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but so who do you use for? Do you know who you use for digital distribution? Like what's your DistroKid, TuneCore?
I just use SoundCloud.
Oh really?
I just upload. I mean, and that's how
That's dope as fuck. I use the same thing. We use SoundCloud as our host.
That's all that.
And we go everywhere from SoundCloud.
I don't put it anywhere. Like I literally just put it on SoundCloud. I mean, it's something that I have to learn more about all that stuff. Just because I never really cared about all that. And
but you're on Spotify.
No, am I on Spotify?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're supposed to put me on Spotify.
Yeah, you're on Spotify.
I'm on Spotify.
Look, you all over the place. You don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yo, I mean, it's. I just thought, I mean, it's like such a grassroots. You never know who. I mean, that was a shot in the dark. I'd never ask anybody that. Honestly, this is like it's something I'm passionate about. Though I'm super into it. I've been really researching, and for anybody listening right now, what my the accumulation of like 5 years of research in this shit. Steve Stouts started a company called United Masters. You keep all your masters, you can distribute it to all platforms for free with impeccable analytics. It's absolutely insane. It's like a mentorship for artists, you know what I mean? It's called United Masters. Masters. It is the shit.
Well, we gotta remember that.
It is the shit. Trust me. Even if it's a side chain, try it out, because what they give you so after you've plugged in all your social medias, they start tracking all your social medias. They say you're doing good over here, you need to do this over here, and then they'll throw you a video and they'll be like, yo, this is how you do it.
That's
like
tight.
This is how you know what I mean? So it's not necessarily for everybody. I feel like it's more for people trying to get into the industry, you know what I mean? Because a lot of shit they say I already know, and clearly you're probably gonna know just from playing shows around town a lot of this shit. But it's nice to hear that you're doing the right thing sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like it's nice to hear that that's right. Like, okay, so I'm not working harder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's other companies. Level is another one, but that's like they don't give you as much. I need free because I'm broke as fuck. So I need my shit to be like, hit me up, upload unlimited. Obviously, I'm sorry, we pay for SoundCloud, but
I haven't even paid for it yet. I just kept deleting tracks to keep my.
Oh shit!
So, but I don't know. I probably should, because I thought about it the other day. I was like, because I'm hella good at budgeting myself. I'm so fucking, and I'm good at flipping money. Like I could just double shit. So, anyways, I was looking at everything and like the bullshit I need to cut off for myself. Like I signed up for I won't say the name because no free promo. I'm just kidding. But I signed up for this like app. Some makeup subscription box, and it was like $21 a month. And I was like, and you won't pay for SoundCloud? so I was like, I should probably like swap that out and actually like get SoundCloud so I can like.
SoundCloud's only $16.
Yeah, that's why. So I was like, because at first I was like, no, I'm not gonna $16 that I don't need to spend until I have to. And then I was like, but you're buying makeup like that you don't even need.
Right?
So yeah.
And my whole thing was like, I did cut it off for a minute, and all of that shit got cut off, and I was like, oh, I'm panicking. I'm panicking because like 7, where it's like it wasn't even that many. It was like 27 tracks. it was a lot. It was honestly a lot. It was a lot of tracks that were just not available anymore. And so all my links that I had shared, anybody that goes back to my website, they're dead links and shit. So I was like, okay, now I'm kind of stuck. It's not that I'm stuck. I got somebody's. And SoundCloud is great because it's unlimited. Is that 30 or 40 that you just threw up? Okay. SoundCloud's unlimited. You know what I mean? So that's whenever somebody tells me like they want to figure out how to get their shit online. Yeah. SoundCloud, son. Yeah. SoundCloud is the shit.
I've been on it for a long time. Like ever since like I was 14. Like I don't know how I found it. I think I just Googled like at 14. I was like, how did I upload? Yeah. And then so it was before like it was even cool. And I remember telling people like, yeah, I make music, and they're like, where's it at? I'm like, SoundCloud. They're like, what the fuck, Clown Sound? Like, what is that? And I'm just like, I don't really know. I just upload it there. Like, I hope it's cool. And then it popped off like hella SoundCloud rappers and everything. And so
and SoundCloud got huge.
Yeah. It did. I never got into like Bandcamp or what are the other ones?
Bandcamp.
I just never liked the name. It wasn't like pleasing to me. Yeah, SoundClick.
Yeah, I never got into those either. Once I hit SoundCloud, it's really easy, and they don't take your shit.
It was super easy.
Like you can upload copyrighted beats and shit, like whatever you want, and they're not gonna put you on blast. You're not gonna be getting letters from Universal and shit. Well, you might actually. You might. Yeah, depending on how hard you go. Did you? Okay. Well, no. Yeah. But I'm saying on SoundCloud, yeah. See, you was probably flagrant. Flagrant. Use what?
I used a Pete Rock beat for remix.
Oh, that's. Well, I mean, I guess it's luck of the draw because I've put some shit up there that I was like, there's no way.
Yeah,
and you know what?
You're like, okay.
And that brings up a good thing because me and Katie have been posting shit hard, and I just got hit up by Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They hated that post because there was music in it. And they said, we're taking this post down.
Oh, that was
in North Korea.
Right.
I was like, oh, what? And I was like freaking out because I didn't read the whole thing. I was like, we're taking it down. We're taking it down. We're taking it down in North Korea. I was like, wait, so it's staying up everywhere else? Europe, America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, it's still up? Okay, why the fuck you emailing me then? Like, what are you talking about? You're taking it down in some obscure place that I was not marketing to.
Korea anyway.
Like, right? They were not listening.
Up there anyway.
Yeah, they took it down.
That's so random.
Yeah, so I've had amazing luck, like just like with samples and moving things around. But I don't know if we're similar because I pay for a lot of subscriptions that I questionably should not be paying for. Not SoundCloud. I love SoundCloud, but I have no free promo. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like a bunch of beat subscriptions.
Oh, for real?
Like, oh yeah.
Mine's all makeup. It's all makeup.
Yeah, see, I buy beats. I buy beat subscriptions. So I have a ton of like beats and samples and all this like terabytes of data that I probably can't even access. You know what I mean? I'm going to get so fat that I won't be able to see my feet type shit. And I'll just be floating across the ground. And it's like, oh shit, living on samples. You know what I mean? It's like that never get released though. Never release anything.
That's so funny.
Keep it all hoard. I'm a beat hoarder. I straight up.
That's spiritual right there.
Yeah, see?
This was computer.
Dude, I bet you go into his shit and you'd be like, what the fuck?
No, yeah, definitely.
Oh, my neck is breaking.
If y'all only knew, like, if you literally only knew, and this was like computer, like, sorry to put you on blast, but this was computer. The files are scattered, all over the screen. It gives me anxiety.
Oh my god, that's usually me too.
That's called encrypted.
I have them all grouped. Really, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's security right there. So it's like nobody but you. If he dies, everything goes with him. You know what I mean? Like, no. Y'all ain't gonna know how to run this shit. You gotta look at this shit. You better know how to speak jalapeno-ese on an eagle on an eagle, because it ain't happening. I got another version of that shit. You don't have the latest version. It wasn't 007. It was 002. I do this crazy shit where it's like I just start naming things on how I feel at the time, and so I'll literally have a song called "I'm Feeling Great." I'll have a song called I Need to Smoke.
That's how we
like,
do it.
Straight up. Like. It'll be like, oh, I'm tired and hungry.
Yeah.
And it starts to get ridiculous.
Hey, High Rise is on live
tired
right now.
and hungry 43-2020. And I'm like, well, that's not even, I changed the beat, but I kept the same, like, this thing is so, I get so discombobulated. It becomes an amalgamation. And I'm like, fuck it, let's just podcast. Fuck it. Let's just go talk. Because this is so much easier to do. Because we're not going to chop any of this. Like we're just going to go put this. Imagine you had a song and all you had to do is put the beat on it later. Put the intro and the outro on that joint.
Yeah.
Done.
See, that makes me nervous. Like this, this has been cool. I usually like don't like to do interviews because I'm like, what if I say some like
what could you
crazy
say?
Shit?
Well, don't say it. Obviously,
I'm not about to. Yeah, no.
I mean, honestly, I can see that, especially on like. The radio for sure.
Oh yeah. When I did the radio, I was just like, they're like, you can't cuss, and then some fool was like, he's like, I'm just telling you this because you, no offense, but like you look like you cuss. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
What the fuck? What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, but
bitch, I don't cuss.
I think got me fucked up.
Yo, this motherfucker's tripping.
I was like, did you just
I
stereotype
look like I
me?
fucking cuss. Yeah, fucking cuss. Shit.
Yeah.
The great thing about podcasts is that we can cut out. Like we have had some shit go down, and while we were recording, we were like, "Yeah, we cutting that out."
Yeah, that's
weird. Motherfuckers got rowdy, man. It's like we don't want to call people out, and like it's when you're talking about rappers, they have no censor.
No, yeah,
they start talking real shit. Like
they're all, I know that fool. Fuck that fool. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I caught that fool last week. Like,
oh, see.
They're like talking about their fat wives and stuff, that kind of shit.
We got a battle rapper in the house right now, and but the thing was like we had a situation that went down where it was like I accidentally called somebody by the wrong name, and he was like, "Fuck that guy."
Oh damn.
Hey, and it wasn't that I called him by the wrong name. I was like, I was mentioning everybody, right? And he was like, "Nah, don't even mention that motherfucker in the same shit as me." So we was like, okay, well, if it's going to cause something between us, we'll cut that out.
No, it's all bad because that's where, like, the problems are. Like, I mean, there's foods I don't like. Yeah. But you just have to, like, who's going to want to interview you or work with you if you're out here acting a fool?
Right?
Like, you know what I mean? So
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo. And at the same time, I don't think many people listen to this shit. Like, I see the analytics. I'm looking at the numbers. And, you know, it's like 80 to 100 people that you might know.
We're live.
And then a whole bunch of... I don't give a fuck. I was doing this shit. I was...
High Rise isn't seeing us, okay?
No, right? Hey, the only reason I say that shit is because we get so many people that reach out to us to be on the fucking show, and I'm like, there's no way you can listen to this shit because what the fuck? You're clearly not an artist. You're a fan and you want to come be on the show, then you don't listen to us. You're just seeing that we're talking to Sadgalnina, and you're like, oh, I got to go do that too. And it's like, no, motherfucker, you don't. Not here. And so I don't necessarily want a lot of people to listen to this shit. I know Pike listens to it. I know fucking Jimmy might tune in on when I do clips. You know what I'm saying? There's only a fucking small handful of people that I even need to listen to this shit anyway. In the first place, you know what I mean? But because it makes a difference. Mm-hmm. These people I care a lot about, you know what I mean? And I have to see and work with. And so that goes back into like my whole thing is that as a THHF ambassador, I feel like I have to keep up with the rest of these motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at DJ Touch Scratch next to Qbert. And I'm like, well, how the fuck do you how do you answer that? Like, and that so you know what I mean? And then it's like you see fucking Milkweed. Fucking it's like you guys threw the Hoko Fest or something, you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like Ojala Fest, Ojala Fest. You know what I mean?
Ojala
Fest. It's just their and then fucking you got fucking Bedlam doing this pushing button shit that's just absolutely phenomenal, insane. You know, these people are, and so I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because I don't like famous rappers. I don't have any interest in talking to anybody The more famous you get, the less I care about you. Like, I want to talk to people in my culture. That's tight. Period. Because I don't relate to. I listen to Kendrick Lamar. I listen to fucking Eric B. I listen to fucking what's the Extentacion. My daughter won't stop playing Tentacion. You know what I mean? So I know more of his lyrics than I care to know. You know what I mean? It's like. But he's an amazing artist. Yeah. But I don't want to fucking talk, rest in peace, but I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to Trippie Redd. I want to talk to Ojala. I want to talk, you know what I mean? I want to talk to fucking the guys that I'm going to see in the streets in Tucson. You know what I mean? Because really, you're not going to be down here man, how many people have came down here talking that shit? And I just am now realizing, it was, I was listening to a podcast or something, and they said, because Tucson always runs those motherfuckers off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, big stars are like, oh, yeah, we gonna go shoot up this shit right here. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, big motherfucker think he gonna come down here and flex on some shit. Nah, let me get my shine right now type shit. So we have a lot of that, and I think that's why, it finally clicked to me like, that does actually make some sense. Because, who they were talking? They were talking to X-Rated. And how he was he was upset because his shit got shot up again. You know what I mean? And it was like, well, no, it's not don't be afraid. That motherfucker has changed the prison system in America, man. He's done some amazing things. That don't mean you know what I mean? Don't go shoot his shit up because you want some shine. You know what I mean? It's like, let him fucking do his. It's all bad. That's why we can't have anything nice like all the big stars don't want to. I get so that shit used to piss me off when I used to go to house parties. I would be the one like they'd be like, he has a gun. I'm all really fool. Like go outside. Like I don't know. Take that. I'm like y'all ruin everything. Like go to the shooting range. You want to go shoot? Go shoot something. You're allowed to. Go shoot the mountain. It's legal. Yeah, go shoot some shit up. We're having drinks and smoking weed. Like, are you kidding me? Well, now I'm all paranoid. These motherfuckers is trying to mac and shit. Like, you just over here fucking causing stat. Yo, it's like, so, I mean, I think we're getting beyond that, though. And so the reason why I say I like the culture, let's go back to March when you guys literally headlined the Tucson Hip Hop Festival. Oh, yeah. You guys absolutely killed that show. Thank you. I have, and as far as I mean, in a lot of ways, that was the finale for me. You know what I mean? Because it started with you guys too at the workshop, at the workshop, the zine workshop at I can't remember the name of the place. Yes, what was it called? La Pelita. Yeah. Yes, and that was an experience. That was tight. That was a fantastic experience. I had brought my whole family. I brought my daughter, brought my wife, brought everybody. I remember. My wife actually was Gregorio's art teacher in high school. You know what I mean? Yeah, they know each other like hella good. So so you know what I mean. So there was I had already had a connection with him from the Self Talking and just his whole. That was my first podcast. Yeah. Self Talking. Shout out fucking Gregorio. That's my guy right there. Yes, I love that dude. Yes, we love him. He's the man. I actually just saw him and DJ Q yesterday at KXCI when we were doing when we were pulling the records. Tight. They were up there pulling records with us for the beat battle. Wow, that's just so chilling, doing the thing. I gave, they all piled up in my car. Everybody piled in my car, my little ass whip, because it was raining like a motherfucker. We come out and they were like, so we're gonna walk to Thunder Canyon. I was like, y'all gonna walk to Thunder Canyon? Okay, y'all just want to get in the whip? Girl, you can. Yeah, let's do it. So and they're all love with those guys, man. Just a great group of people, man. Mm-hmm. Honestly, and just how you guys present yourself and how you're moving. I can't wait for Hoko Festival. I can't wait to see what you guys do next year for the Tucson Hip Hop Festival as well. Oh my gosh, I should. We have a compilation coming. I can't say the name, huh? Did we not? Don't tell them the name. Well, the name is really tight. If it's gonna be the name, regardless, it's gonna be a cool name. So it's gonna be so tight. But the compilation's fucking crazy, and we've done we basically
would go to Ray's house and like had all these sessions and like different rooms for different things. And the funny thing is, this all had a purpose, but I didn't know what the purpose. I thought we were just kicking it. So I would get off of work and I'd go over there, and they were like, the first day I came, they were like, here's a room, here's some beats, here's like 8 beats, right? And I was like, well, okay.
Hey.
Yeah, so then I wrote.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
No, it was super tight. So there's like, it's a compilation. It's so tight. You're gonna love it.
I can't wait. You want to give any shout outs before we get out of here?
Just everyone.
Shout out the whole city.
Just the whole city, I guess.
Shout out the whole city.
DJ
Shout
out
everyone that can't be here.
Everybody who can't be here.
Yeah.
We're gonna be getting with Ray in a couple days, so we're gonna be talking to you. So you know what I mean. If we got, it's like we're gonna be right back up on it.
It's really hot in KXCI, by the way.
Oh, that is so
might
funny.
want to bring a fan.
We're gonna be prepared. We're gonna be prepared this time. Oh no, we're gonna be prepared. I'm gonna bring some ice packs. Keep
we
ice
all
packs
need to bring a personal fan,
on the wrist with the fan.
It's really that
the
real.
one on the necklace.
It's all bad. It's all bad. They got an AC in there that kicks on like for 2 seconds. It's terrible, but it's nice and quiet, and it's a great place. Hopefully, you can come out and come
of
support.
course. We always do all that. One last thing. I'm planning a release show for the EP, like a live show, and then I'm gonna be selling limited edition Sadgal lashes over there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, for
limited edition Sadgal lashes.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
My daughter is
immediately.
She likes lashes.
She is obsessed.
Really?
She sleeps in lashes.
Oh, that's tight.
For real.
That's so tight. Yeah, I was gonna.
I know.
Picking a few people to send packages to. I'll probably have to give her some.
Yes, actually, I think she would love to. She's an aspiring rapper.
Oh,
you know what I mean? She's trying.
So
she's
dope.
just turned 14.
That's her sticker right there too.
Yep, that's her little sticker. She goes by Dead to Me.
That's so cool.
So she's pretty sad.
She's pretty sad now, guys.
She's pretty sad. So when she knew I was going to be talking to you, she got all excited. She was like, "Just tell her I said hi." And I was like,
That's
"Yeah."
so cute.
I was like, "So I will." So she says hi.
Hey.
She says, "Hey." I never do that though. It's like she's always like, "Tell him I said this," and I'm like, "Well, hey, my daughter said hi." But you know, it is what it is.
She's a legend already.
She's a couple of you guys have probably met her. I know Benny knows. She's super outgoing and she's ready. She's ready to do her thing, I think. And she loves lash. She's got the nails, the lashes.
Oh, my nails get too long and I always break them. So
dude. That's the whole thing right now. Is like we spend too much money on nails.
On nails, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
And so I'm like trying. I'm driving by places. I'm like, oh shit. 25 for a full set acrylics. Oh yeah, where's that at real quick? Oh, more? Okay, yeah. So I'm like, hey, you know they got them $25 acrylics over there. You're over here spending 35. Like what? Free designs. Like what? And let me get the dip on that gel dip.
The gel dip on top.
Yeah, the gels is what they need. That tells you. That tells you how much money I'm spending on nails right now.
Know the prices.
And I'm not wearing no nails, like for real. Just want to thank Sadgalnina, Ojala, Lil Guera the plug, everybody, Tucson Hip Hop. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check us out, themankindshow.com. New episodes every week. We really appreciate your support. Thanks for listening.